Now I'm joined by Lee Shepherd. He's the Divisional Manager of Apetito Limited. Lee, lots of people have heard of Wiltshire Farm Foods, but perhaps not Apetito. Yet the two companies are linked, aren't they? Can you tell us more about Apetito and what you offer?
Okay, Apetito are the market leader in elderly welfare catering. So be that through our private home delivery service, which is Wiltshire Farm, delivering individual meals to people in their own homes. But we also have a healthcare division supplying over 150 hospitals. We supply about 2/3 of the UK Meals on Wheels market, and of course we have our care homes division as well. So we go across all aspects of elderly welfare catering.
So are Apetito just a food supplier then?
Okay, now Apetito we pride ourselves on being far more than just a food supplier. We supply a range of systems and service to support all our homes. So, for example, we'll give them a nutritional database and a menu planning software that will enable them to demonstrate the nutritional content of all their menus to make sure that it adheres to nutritional standards. On a service level, we have a team of what we call client development managers. These people have no sales responsibility. They're there purely to work with our customers to drive added value at every stage. So be that business planning, it might be doing some labour modelling for them. If they've got residents with dementia, it'll be preparing picture menus. It might be doing protective mealtime training. So we're not a company that comes in, just sets up a customer with an order form and then we're never seen again. That's not what we do. We try and add value and become a partner all through the process.
So Lee, you made reference to ensuring food quality and consistency in the food that you provide, but tell us more about how Apetito achieve good food quality and safety standards in this vulnerable market.
Okay, if I can break that into two and sort of deal with the quality question. How do we define good quality? How do we ensure that every time? It's why care homes bring Apetito in the first place. They may buy into our business solutions and all the added systems, but quality of food is paramount. All our products work to define recipes, so our product comes out exactly the same every single time. And that's key in care homes because you often get different chefs who cook in a slightly different way, and residents in care homes really don't like it where products change from time to time, so you always get consistency with our model. We have an online tasting system called Tago, which is called Taste As You Go. So as we're making that food in the factory, it will be tasted and checked at every step through the process to make sure that the quality is right, and no product is released for a customer until we've gone through that process. In terms of safety, we have a system called positive release. That means that when we've made our food and it's gone through Tago and been approved that it tastes like it should and it looks like it should, we'll quarantine the product and then we send it off to a lab for testing. And it goes through two laboratories. First one's a chemical laboratory, and that verifies the nutrition in that product. We make very strong nutritional claims on our product. They all meet standards of the National Association of Care Catering, but they're not hollow claims. We actually prove that on every batch of production that we make. Once it's gone through the chemical lab, it then goes through a micro lab, and that's where we're testing for micro-contamination, so E. coli, Listeria, Salmonella, and we don't release any product to a customer until it's been released by that lab. So you'll never get a product recall for a micro-contamination from Apetito.
Now obviously cost is an issue for many care home owners. How can they make savings by using Apetito?
I think in terms of savings there are three core areas. First one is food cost. We supply products in a variety of different tray sizes, 8-portion trays, 2-portion trays and individual meals. So we can, working with a care home, supply near as damn it exactly the right number of portions for them to prepare that day. So there's very little what we call unserved waste. The quality of our food means the food is eaten, so there's very little plate waste. So we tend to be very cost effective in terms of the food on its own. That's the first area. Second area would be labour savings. Because our food we're supplying in what is effectively a finished product. So we do all of the preparation and take that away from the care home kitchen. Because of that, they need far less labour in that kitchen than they would under a conventional prime cook system. So they can make significant labour savings by employing our system. Third area is that of space saving. Because the system that we use requires far less kitchen space, we take away the preparation element, homes can put in smaller kitchens, and that means they can free up that space for what can be revenue generating. So we've got a number of homes that have reduced the size of the kitchen and then put in an extra bedroom and generated revenue from that. Or it might be that they increase communal spaces and generate more revenue from the local authority. So on all levels, food, labour and space, we can drive cost-saving benefits to the homes.
So saving money is all very well, but what about the practical considerations of care home catering, such as recruiting and maintaining good catering staff?
I think our experience of working in this market is that homes find it very difficult to recruit and retain good quality catering staff. Those homes that do have them, often it's a case of making sure they can try and keep them, so it's very difficult. Our system takes away all that preparation, so what you need in the kitchen is what I would call a good kitchen assistant or a sensible pair of hands to run the system. What it does do though is that because we've got the quality of the food and less time, is that those staff are then free to sort of add value in the home, so they can spend more time on baking, things that they didn't do previously, get the residents involved in food activities, so it frees up time in the kitchen.
So Lee, there's been a lot in the news lately about the importance of nutrition. How can you help care homes with this issue?
Okay, the key thing about Apetito's meal range is that all our dishes are designed to meet and often exceed the National Association of Care Catering standards for nutrition. So when homes use Apetito, they've got a guarantee that they're serving nutritious food that can be verified and proved to that extent. To support that, we'll give the homes a system called NutriData, which is our online nutritional tool. And this gives them full nutritional information about every product and allows them to use it as a search facility. So if they have a resident who's maybe diabetic, gluten-free, low-fat, doesn't like onions, doesn't like mushrooms, they can use that system to tell them what's suitable. We'll also back that up with what we call a NutriPlan, and that's a full nutritional breakdown in a full menu format of every dish that they offer. So for their residents, for relatives, for the Care Quality Commission, they can demonstrate that that menu they're offering is meeting and exceeding nutritional standards.
And Apetito have developed an award-winning range of texture-modified meals, haven't they? Tell us more.
Okay, texture-modified food, what people often refer to as sort of pureed and soft diets. Texture-modified food is a real challenge in a care home. What care homes often do is take the normal food of the day, stick it in a blender and blend it down to try and make it suitable for what is either a soft or a puree diet. The problem with blending is that it doesn't do that. It doesn't give you a true category C puree or a category D soft. You'll often be left with lumps in it as well as having a smooth puree. The problem then is how you present it on a plate. It often looks like dollops. It doesn't look very appealing, and of course people eat with their eyes first, so if they don't like what they see, they're unlikely to eat it. Apetito have developed a range of 27 category C pureed meals, 19 category soft, and the pureed meals are shaped and formed, and importantly they hold their shape after cooking. So you have carrots that look like carrots, meat that looks like meat, broccoli that looks like broccoli, and if you can present food to people that looks appealing, they're far more inclined to eat it. More importantly, all the meals are designed to generate about 500 calories per meal, so they're all classed as what we call energy dense. And obviously people on puree diets tend not to eat very well, so there are big problems around weight loss and malnutrition. Our range helps to rectify that. And one area, we actually offer a range of hot pureed desserts, which in itself doesn't sound fantastic, but bear in mind that most residents in care homes will tend to have a yoghurt at lunchtime and at tea time, twice a day, 365 days a year. So to be able to offer them hot apple pie, sticky toffee pudding in a pureed format really drives a lot of value.
Well, thank you so much, Lee. And if you'd like some more information, all you have to do is go to www.apetito.co.uk.